baby.
Yeah, why you mad? I got a bad bro. Name hot in these streets, no Tabasco. But I'm so stubbed, that's a fact, yo. And if you think I'm frontin', you can run it back, yo. Go and run it back. You know that I run it. Everything you wanna do, I already done it. And I got your little boo telling me she love me. I got this one, that one. Damn, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah. You know. I said, damn, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah, let's go. Look. I tell shorty drop it for a real one. Go ahead and pop it, let me feel some. Do it for the boy with a bag now. Movie star money making everybody act out. I don't lie to these women, if I want them then I tell them. Don't get fly for these women, I was born with these propellers. All my haters cannot beat me, so I call them acapellas. See, I'm only getting better, you only get jealous. You know that I run it. Everything you wanna do, I already done it. And I got your little boo telling me she love me. I got this one, that one. Damn, it's gonna be a long night. You know, I got this one, that one. Damn, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah. MD. JPP. You already know, baby. Yeah. Yeah, I said, I already done it. Everything you wanna do, I already.
Yo, how's it going? Welcome back to Penetrate Clan Wars, TPP Clan Wars. And this is week 5 right now. We've got a good number of teams tonight. Let's go through our list. We've got Incognito Snakes. We've got Pro Esports Waggles, Team Incognito, AMZ Teletubbies, Vertical Esports, Sons of Odin. And 11's is The Sims. Yep, we've also got Sphinx. As Trio, ZPX Fear, ZPX Elites, Born to Destroy, and EOL will fight it out for that top spot once again. STG, we've got also DT, 2 DT teams, Alpha and Bravo. I think it's Bravo on the slot 18, and both teams playing as trios tonight. Also got one Zeno Tactic team, Riot Black for Team 21, Rendezvous 22, the Elves 23, Team 24, Penetrate Institute, and Penetrate Game Over for Team 25. Got a playing path from just to the east of Los Egos towards El Asaha, so pretty eastern flight path. When it comes to parachuting distance, these teams should just about sneak into Saint Martin. We draw a line from around Valdemar to Saint Martin. That should be about it. So everything to the top left of the minimap may be a little bit far to reach. They can go for a float, find a car. So once again, pretty congested Los Leones. Got Waggles in here, Rendezvous in here, STG already, and fights are going already. Rendezvous losing one, but Junior with the pistol trading for his teammates. Let's go over to Los Leones right now. 22 teams. And we've already lost 2 players. Let's have a look. Yep, Snout is gone, and Nagy is gone. Waiting for this phase 1 circle right now, as teams are still coming in, especially for this northern part of the map. Chris developed a little bit of action, Tiara Bunker being taken as well. A little bit of action around this part here over to the east of Hacienda. Impala, we've got one team that should be ZPX Elites, and Incognito, the 2 Incognito teams taking the southwestern side of Picardo, and Snakes taking the main Picardo. AMZ Teletubbies and Dream Team Bravo contesting Trimacera, but one taking top side, one taking bottom side, so no issue there. Let's have a look at what's going on around here. So Rendezvous taking this bottom hill side of to the west of Los Leones. Only Boy is just hiding behind this truck right here. Finding Junior, who was prone to scout out, and Star might be able to provide some cover fire. And we've got the first circle appeared. A lot of these teams shall be in it, but the northwestern side of it should be pretty open, since it's pretty far from the plane path. So looking at these teams to the northeastern side of the map, they can just do that anti-clockwise right rotation into El Pozo, Monte Nuevo, and all these hill areas to the south of Crater Fields. Junior getting punished from taking that position for too long. There's a little bit of that high ground that Star used to his own advantage. There's a trade going on, and Probot using that DBS, just taking one of his enemies down. So, but don't forget about the weak side. Star, after taking down Junior, taking that spot and become the stabbing on the back. And we've got, I'm not going to say that name, but we've still got one up on the side of Rendezvous. May not be the safe first re5 to get off. And we've got Riot Black fighting STG. So we may hop over to that side for some of that movement. I wonder where that is. Let's have a look. I should maybe just find that team name. And they have gotten the squad wipe, I think. And the bits of Los Leones that I missed out on the southern side. So Riot Black is out of the game. STG getting that revive, and but meanwhile it hasn't stopped yet over here between Waggles and Rendezvous. Star doing a lot of work this game, pushing down from the high ground. Now pinching the remaining duo of Rendezvous in that same hut with the cover fire from Rudy, just doing exactly as he's supposed to. Waggles clearing that team up whilst losing two, but it will allow them to continue in this game. EOL taking this junction part, maybe to choke some of these teams on the northeastern side. And let's go over to Cruz del Val. Griff taking one kill, and then knocking a second member of DT right there. I believe that's Dream Team Alpha. And I think they know Mole is there, so they are now just pushing on. Mole, the two teams of trios trying to duke it out here, but Penetrate Institute taking the upper hand and will clear out Cruz del Val. 26 seconds to go until this phase 1 circle closes. They will have to make this move very soon, and we should go over to Chumacera now, because we've got AMZ Teletubbies fighting the other DT team. DT is not having their night so far, and the remaining duo from this trio team is now dipping north. Chico running behind, trying to get those angles, trying to clear this the northern big yellow still. Ketu running from that shack will be found by Chico, and Chico just using that Mini 14 to just tap along and just takes him down. Very good shot there. And Takari's just running for his or her life right now. Else doing some work, getting their first kill. Quan trying to exert their dominance over here at Monte Nuevo. Vertical Esports, one man down at the moment. Let's have a look at where the remainder of the team is. Vital still stuck to the southeastern side of Monte Nuevo, while Makila and Entech just pulling up to the Pargrid Hill area now. So a little bit of a split there, hoping they will get the chance to gather up again. Penetrate, game over, heading out of Los Leones on the northwestern side now. Teams are still a bit stuck on this side of Tierra Blanca, avoiding the main city as Pro Esports are leaving Campo Militar, and will they be found by Sons of Odin here? Seems like they were able to use this ridge line and just avoid the main city, so good rotation there. Avoiding the scary parts of the route. So we've lost 3 teams already, 68 players still, 19 teams remaining. ZPX Fear taking this hill area to the south of Chumasera, and still very comfortably holding the main bits of Chumasera here. AMZ Teletubbies Waggles taking that very strong church position there, and Sons of Odin using their flare gun. That would get them a BRDM, I believe, and STG still in Los Leones. So, not a lot of the teams done that wide rotation. Elf had a bit of a heads-up play going to Montenuevo, and that's where they got one of their kills. Shouldn't be too congested, and Born to Destroy as well, being the only team taking the most open, uncontested side over at El Pozzo. But let's go to this church position here. AMZ Teletubbies knows that. They just know that the church is a very strong position, so they've been scouting for it and just taking a knock on Star. Rudy remaining on the team still should be able to get this revive. Since it's not pro play, right? So there's one thing with the kill feed of pro play. Right now they're just showing the team and player number in tournament rooms, and so they won't see the team name until they actually have the kill confirmed. So if they know, if they've been looking at the kill feed, then they should know that they are only a duo, but it will be a bit hard. They need to be very heads up to pick up that information, you know, like, but if they've been watching, they know they are a duo, so it's only gonna be one up, and they would have pushed that. EOL coming to this power grid position here, using the ridgeline zippers, putting more pressure onto Sims, who have just suffered from 1 knock but was able to get the reset. Let's bring ourselves over to this side here. We've got a bit of a dip over here. Chase revived. Solo still using that rock to get a bit of a cover from the side, and the EOL with a bit of a split to cover that different angles. That's good to see. But Osmeskis using that AK at that long range, taking Solo down. I would consider that as a bit of a waste of smoke, but it's good to preemptively throw that because they don't have the info that I have. So if they are scared of someone using that angle at the top of my screen there, then that would be exactly why they threw that smoke. Chase, though, using that rock is just very hard to hold because of the escape strategy being incredibly limited, and now the Sims are just pinched behind this compound with EOL coming in at different angles trying to finish the remainder of the team. Let's have a look at Osmeskis. He has a very good angle here. And just found that slim angle, but he's being shot from the back, and that will be ZPX Elites coming in and say, no, you don't stand still like that. I will provide you that, I would deliver that pain. So Osmeskis actually forced to push in here, and with that pressure on their back, EOL is being proactive. They are trying to take down the Sims, and seems like they will just do that, and just one up on the side of the Sims here. Gris going down to Mentalis. Where is ZPX Elites during all this? Maybe they are now pushing and taking that hill position to themselves, and we've got this phase 2 circle now. A lot of congestion over at the north eastern side, as well as the middle, where we see a little bit of clan and clan action going on between the two Incognito teams. Incognito Guard being knocked, and we've got Snakes in the middle there, but we've also got DT still taking powerful positions, although they are a little bit low on numbers. Getting that finish there. But snakes are still incredibly exposed. Where is that comms going? How would they not know that this is the site that they have to be worried about? Guard just pulling in right now, knowing that they are down, knowing there's third-party pressure coming in to just finish the remaining solo of Incognito snakes there. The problem is he's pushed into a shack that was just pinched down by DT here. So he might not know the numbers advantage at the moment. So the number of players from DT there, he's got an abundance of vehicles around here with a spawn still, I believe. And I'm not sure. And so let's see how they get out of that. But meanwhile, ZPX Elites getting pressured from the other side as they take this Picardo Hill area. Willow down, Mystic knocked as well. Joe Chris the only one up. Subi gone. They get 2 kills so far, but Pro Esports are not going to let this slip. Let's have a look at their position right now. Trying to get a reset. They actually lost 2. Maybe those other 2 kills that ZPX Elites have gotten. Sorry, I've missed that one, but they were able to get the reset. So now that's going to be a 1v2 situation. I wonder if Joe Chris has that angle there, but seems like he's more worried about getting out of this alive. So Willow just losing hope there, slowly bleeding out. The battle of the center zone continues as we see a good split from EOL again, not allowing Vertical Esports to get out of that warehouse, but Sphinx just getting eliminated and destroyed. On the northeastern side, maybe they have been traveling in the same car. I am not entirely sure, but that was some vehicle explosion deaths happening. With them being on this northeastern edge, still just looking down towards Penetrate Institute now, who has the flag and close to them, so not the time to be careless. They've gotten themselves 7 kills so far, and they just need to make sure they can. That could be a misfire there. I'd be very impressed if they've just used that crate straight off the bat and just using that to punish Team 10, which is Sons of Odin there. So a lot of these teams are inside the circle now. 14 teams remaining, still a pretty big play zone. Born to Destroy pulling out of El Pozo, taking Monte Nuevo. The Elves still around that high ground there. And Mentalis getting knocked as they're trying to do this pincer formation again. Trying to choke out Vertical Esports. Zippers should get the revive and the reset. So what Vertical Esports have to do here is to not run out in a way that can be punished. They might be in the lines of sight of the two holding the hills now, but Osmeskis is knocked by the AWM, and Vital is just not scared, taking down another one with the AWM, put it to the dome of EOL. Now a 3v2 situation. What can Sippers and Mentalis do? Using that little bit of high ground, 4 times can be a little bit too big of a scope to use at this moment, but using that roof might be the way to redeem themselves right now. They've got a very slim angle, and Vertical Esports taking a little bit of a split to cover all of that N-Tech, now pushing in, zigzagging and using the barrel, and just takes Mentalis down. What can they do? Sippers just on that balcony, looping around, trying to just fight for his life right now. Uzmeskis and the other mate can't help at all because they've been absolutely destroyed by the AWM and just dies from 4 damage as well. And they are now slowly pushing in. Zip is still looping around. we should know that's a solo still, so just maybe waiting for Vito to heal up before going for that last push, and they will eliminate Empires of Lithuania at 13th place. Such a good time and position to do that as well, because the Nyx circle has popped, and it should have popped for a while now, but I was so focused on that fight. As we see Waggles fighting, and with this shift of a circle, a lot of these teams should be pretty thankful, since it kept shifting to the northwestern side. So having a southeastern side shift will allow a lot of these teams to stay exactly where they are, and these hill position here over at Picado and north of Chimacera are still up for grabs. So a lot of these teams shall be able to make this work, but look at this action between opposition between the Elves and Born to Destroy. They have been on each other for so many times the past few weeks, so maybe we can still see more action going on there. Waggle's still holding this position strong over at the church, and AMZ Teletubbies actually haven't pulled the trigger to deliver the push, but they are now on kind of an edge position of the circle. Should they need to head north later on, which I would expect that they do, they will have to go down this high ground to the southern side of this road, and as this circle closes, it will get more and more congested and populated in the center circle, which will just give them a bit more resistance leaving this area. Especially with these gunshots going on right here. STG knows that the southern side is not completely cleared yet, so they will just hold that position still. ZPX Fear taking center position. Every team has taken a bit of the Compound Pro esports holding that Picado Hill still after that win. And there we go, we have the shift. It's kind of a centralized bit of a shift, but slightly favoring the teams at the southeastern side. The Elves are now very close to Born to Destroy, and they have started that fight. Let's bring our camera over to their Heartman knocked. Lotus trying to trade. They are a little bit split right now. Born to Destroy. Let's have a look at the formations. Rebel actually driving up, maybe caught by Spartan there, but just missed it. David should know that now. Should he be punished? I think the answer is yes, but Spartan getting some shots on himself as well, so he will be punished, and he just didn't know. I would say he should know, especially with that vehicle driving in after that buggy, but wasn't able to gut all the angles, and Rebel is just here toying with Heartman. The rival will continue, and he will not let them get away without some disrespect there. The BM going in, they will be incredibly happy to take those 2 kills, but they are still out of zone, so Lotus and Sponge will be able to deliver that revenge if they can find the Elves. AMZ Teletubbies still around the compound that they took. They now need to get off this cliffside, which can be incredibly hard. Very hard to predict this open field, though, on the eastern half of this phase 4 circle. So still empty. It just takes a little bit of scouting work for these teams to know that that can be taken. Now AMZ Teletubbies going off that ridge now. However, not getting punished by STG still, and they just really need to do a bit more scouting work as they just... Nope, Chico is here. He has crashed earlier and has been waiting for reinforcement. Jojo doing that jump shot right there, hitting some important shots, but the side angle from Raj, they are now just holding the same side split across this compound. What will be the action? What will be the plan? Crash going down. Snipes going down as well. 2 knocks. What can Sam and Raj do? Sam's just cheekily on the other side. They're still up as 2. But then Triton has the side angle, and they will just breach this compound and just taking. They will just take ZPX Sphere down with no casualties. Such a good push there, and now we've got Nick Circle. Very strong Ridgeline helped by Penetrate. Game over here. They should capitalize on this. A lot of these teams will still need to fight out. Elves coming in a bit late, being punished. Klein is knocked, and they shouldn't be able to revive them with that crash. They know someone is there. It only takes that split second to slow down, to scope in, to know the abundance of vehicles there, to know that they may need a plan B. We've still got a minute or so to go, so a lot of these teams can still replan and recuperate. Mr. Green holding this northern edge right there, stopping Sons of Odin from getting in. Penetrate Institute still out of the circle. Waggles heads up anti-clockwise rotation. They're coming into the southeastern side, and the elves are now pulling away. Wonder what David's doing there. Does he have a vehicle? Mr. Green very patiently waiting for that. The Sons of Odin are just a little bit clueless there. Seems like they have been receiving some of these pressure from the side of Pen Game Over for a while now, but they just decided to watch the other side because Penetrate Institute are putting the pressure still from this high ground position from Picardo. They have 20 seconds to go before they have to make this rotation into the zone. This is about time for them to scout, and Pro Esports coming into a very strong dip but getting absolutely lasered by Waggles right there. Rudy on his own still doing that work and just preemptively putting that smoke for getting themselves prepared for this, or himself prepare for this next rotation. And we see the elves coming in, being choked out of the zone still. David, do you have a car, buddy? The answer is no, so might be a little bit of a miscommunication there to be left behind by his team. But Quan and Rebel safely in the circle on this southern edge, and they are trying to put some pressure on STG. But we've got a lot of strong dips there that they can use. Incognito on the other side. Rudy, mate, what have you been doing? You are just fragging it out like mad tonight. Still got some meds and just completely punishing Incognito there on that rotation. That is the Incognito team. We've still got Incognito Snakes in the game. Penetrate Institute as a duo. Losing one to the blue, and STG still holding that position strong, but they have lost 2 members from this breach from Elves. They will get the reset, and it will be a 2v2 situation. David just dying to the zone there, but AMZ Teletubbies have got a very strong little bit of a high ground, and the dip and rich line there for them to play around. Jojo knocked, but this can go any team's way with this bit of landscape. They just need to do that hats-up play. They need to look around and use all the angles and information they can get. Mr. Green still on spoiler duty for the northern edge, just holding Sons of Odin on their own, but going too far there. Bumbles or help, that could be, don't know, either of them getting not only knocked but flushed as well. That is a very arguable and questionable peak there then. Menace on his own, facing all these pressure from all the sides, and Mr. Green still trying to put pressure on that northern side by himself. Menace, though, will be breached and pushed by AMZ Teletubbies very soon. They know he is there. They are raining those nades in right now. On the other side, Incognito Snakes just needed to be 2 steps earlier, losing 3 members as they are trying to come in, and Griff and Gotsu coming into the center as well on different vehicles, and Griff getting knocked, but Gotsu on the side taking care of Mr. Green there, but now he's on his own, finding Rudy, but also getting shot by Menace. If Menace was the guy who took down Griff there, then that could be some signs of miscommunication, to not know where the pressure came from, but it's also very hard to not take those shots on Rudy there, especially when they are just facing each other face to face. 5 teams remaining. We've got a full squad of AMZ Teletubbies still. Let's see what they can do. Tori, they've got solid 10 kills now, and the elves are gone. It's them against 3 solos. This should be an easy win for them, taking down Menace. 2 more to go. Vidma and Rudy doing as much as they can, and Rudy on his own, still doing all the work. He has been solo for the last half of this game, but he has taken so many kills and putting so much pressure on these teams. I wonder if he knows he's successfully brought his team to a 2nd place, and if league play and points are ever good try there by Jojo with that pan. We need to hit the gym a little bit more to make that work. Very patient play there. There's no need to push out by AMZ Lions. Even if they do, they shouldn't do it one by one. But I think they just want to play it safe and take this win here. If I were them, I would just bring the car there and just take that 1 kill point. Because why not, right? Rudy, good effort there. If you can take a note, I'll give you that. But that is already very good play by them. I'm going to run through these results. Let me first take some screenshots, and then I will be back to do a little bit more of going through these. Look. Yeah, we've got good turnout tonight, guys. Thanks for supporting Penetrate Clan and our weekly scrims. Good to have these numbers. So here we've got AMZ Teletubbies with the 12 kill chicken dinner, followed by Waggles with a solid 2nd place. Rudy being the absolute fragger tonight, taking 10 kills across that board. 3rd place, Incognito. I'm a bit confused between the 2 teams since they seems like they've merged or swapped the players around a little bit. So one of the Incognito teams coming 3rd with 2 kills. Penetrate Game Over 4 kills at 4th position. 5th position we've got the Elves with 6 kills. Penetrate Institute at 6th position with 9 kills. 7th position we've got Sons of Odin with solid 7 kills. STG at 8th position with 5 kills. Pro Esports 3 kills at 9th position. 10th we've got Born to Destroy at 10th with no kills, so that will affect a little bit of top of the leaderboards, both for them and EOL, which we will see lower down the list. Unfortunately, ZPX Fear 11th position, no kills. Vertical Esports 5 kills at 12, and pretty good work there by Vital. I think that is some very solid. I may have to say that is the first nomination that for Mofo Killer of the Night for those consecutive AWM headshots to eliminate EOL there. At 13th place, we've got EOL themselves with 6 kills. 14th, ZPX Elites with 2 kills. The trio from Sphinx, 15th position, no kills. 16th, we've got one of the DT teams with 3 kills. Now here we've got, no, that was Incognito, the main Incognito team. So we've got now Incognito Snakes at 17th with no kills. The Sims, 18th position, no kills. Xenotactic, no kills. 19, 20, the other DT team, no kills. Rendezvous, 2 kills at 21st, 22nd right black. So that will be game 1, and I will see you all very soon in game 2, and I believe that is Vikendi. So have a sip of water, rest up, come back fresh, and start fragging out again. I'll see you all very soon. Yo, welcome back to game 2 of the night over at Vikendi. Let's quickly go through this list and see which teams are playing as trios or duos still. We've got Dream Team Bravo still playing as a trio. We've got Riot Black still as a trio. Same to Penetrate Institute. How are you all doing today? Good Friday shenanigans. Pretty cold here, as Takita's character would say as well. And we've started. Pretty equal path here from Kantra all the way to Port, from our bottom left to the top, bottom right to the top left of the screen. Always love to see some Vikendi action with the abundance of compounds everywhere. Allows a lot of tables to be turned mid-fight, especially if the teams opt in to grab a bit more loot, renew their gear through the later stages of the game. Elves taking Vanova. We've got some congestion from actually 4 teams here on the southwestern side of Vikendi. Dream Team Alpha and Incognito Snakes holding Hot Springs and Kantra. Incognito and EOL floating towards the Dino Park area. Vertical Esports got Cement Factory to themselves. Vosto with ZPX Elites. Maybe going into Cosmodrome. That's the Sims to contest it with Penetrate Institute. Some split drops around these junctions to the between Krishas and Comine here from AMZ. Teletubbies, Goroka for Penetrate. Game over. Dobromesto will be contested by Riot Black as well as STG. Krishas, we've got Things. And yeah, a lot of more split drops around here, but looks like we've got some action over at Winery already, so let's head over this straight away. 2 of DT Bravo knocked already, and they will just be the first team out of tonight. Oh, actually, they've got 1 still, so my apologies there. I've definitely missed a squad wipe somewhere. And but that will be ZPX Sphere doing some work, finding this remaining member of DT Bravo here. CJ and Raj just jumping around, getting that little bit of elevation in that split second at the top of that jump. But Ketu just proning, using that grass and rich line. Phase 1 circle will go over to the northern side. So with this crazy amount of teams on the southern side of the map, they will have to make these rotations, and there are many chokes points still. So Castle is a very good one alongside all these compounds on these main roads right here. These teams on the northern side, especially northeastern side of the map, should find it pretty comfortable, and just waiting for that first rotation to happen from these teams. Seems like Incognito Snakes are making some movements already, pulling away from Hot Springs, continuing their looting phase over at the southeastern side of the map. Let's have a look at Sphinx, see what they're doing. They've got some supporters in the chat, so we should give them a bit more screen time. But we'll have to respect the action as soon as that happens. So Sphinx, the impression of them by me, right? It's a bit late on rotations and sometimes not knowing the map well enough to have some good split formations, and they just need to prioritize on vehicles a bit early on and not wait till the blue zone to put pressure on them to make them realize that they don't have that important resource to carry on to the further stages of the game. And Dobro here with STG close to Krishas and leaving Riot Black to loot up Dobro Mesto. A lot of these teams have started to split from each other a little bit to respect that drop, and so that is a very typical, I would say, type of minimap to see at this tier of play. Would love to see these teams spending more time in Classics custom rooms to know the map a bit better, to utilize a good split formation to get more information with some powerful position. ZPX Elites are now pulling away from Podvosto to maybe this junction compound between Comine and Cosmodrome for a more center position. Empire of Lithuania as well, coming in through that same main road, and but there is some action between ZPX Fear actually against Rendezvous. Snipes being flushed. CJ is low, but proning to hide away a little bit and will take down one of Rendezvous, but he is too far away from his team. So Rendezvous will get these 2 kills very happily without suffering any casualties. A bit of a lag on the rotation there between ZPX Fear, getting caught by the teams around there. I believe with that congestion of team around this winery area, they should know there are more teams around the south side, so they can't rotate mindlessly. They just need to respect that and keep the 360 visual awareness as well. And EOL here fighting ZPX Elites. They have breached this compound. They had the same idea, so knocking one of ZPX Elites already. Actually, Mystic is gone. Jokris on his own on this side, with Joki and Willow providing cover fire from the other side. Mentalis, the flanker of the team. Actually, they are all pretty good at flanking. Depending on the landscape, they just adapt according to the situation. But Mentalis getting lasered by Willow there. Using that elevation, Willow very good to eliminate that side threat right there. So it is now a 3v3 situation. It requires a car and some smokes from EOL to maybe get that revive, but is going to be pretty risky. And Zipper's going further down, using that lower dip of the road to actually cross right now. So that is some pretty good work there, and that is just PUBG 101 using landscape, using more of the house as long as possible before being exposed again when he's close to this side. But Zipper's going a bit too wide, not respecting the angles that ZPX Elite have, and they will once again punish that. It's now going to be a 3v2 situation, but we've got Penetrate Institute coming in to steal one of those knocks, so these teams will now know that they are not alone. Might be able to grab another one, and there we go. We've got Institute stealing the 2 kills from ZPX Elites. I'll keep my main screen on here in case actions break out again. But let's look at these teams and see how they're doing on their first rotation. Because crazy amount of teams spreading between Podvosto and Peshkova here. And ZPX now actually pushing in. Jokeris hanging on the outside. Joki knocked, finding a different angle now, Jokeris, and actually knocked Osmescus there. Such good work by ZPX Leeds, covering different angles, losing one member on that push, but I'd say worth. Who would go for that flush when you just really need every clip, every round of bullet to just clutch this out? But EOL, once again, one of the top teams of the league, going down early. STG now pulling close to penetrate. Game over. Mr. Green incredibly low here. Menace is not, but they have been putting that work in, and seems like they got the squad wipe. So sorry that I've missed it. Actually, no, the remaining... No, Sphinx is pulling in. They see it. This is the stream time that we want. You see it, then you just need to action. You need to put it to use. Junsen too close to that Zima. Some people call that the bomb car, and that is exactly why. Cali still up, but Killer and Gaming Lord knocked right now. They should be able to get at least one revive, but penetrate game over shouldn't give them this window. If they have put their work, the basic work, into calling numbers advantage, they should grab these resets very quick and just grab that very small window to just finish this fight right here. Kali actually running close to the nade, almost getting knocked again, but should be able to get this reset. But they are out in the open, losing one cars, and they've only got one snowmobile, so the escape strategy is very flawed right now. And but game over still just playing incredibly passive, staying around the same compound and clumped together, not able to find the side angles to punish this. Maybe Mumbles have a different idea, and he will find it. It's exactly what they have to do, and this is the time to maybe push in. We see Waggles actually taking some punishment from Sims somewhere on the map, and that will be Mount Kresnik. And but Penetrate Institute is very close as well. Just waiting for this fight to finish, maybe. Mumbles pushing across the street. Where's the rest of his team? Mr. Green holding an angle from across the street. Still Mumbles using Ridgeline, coming up and getting a sick angle again. Putting some work in, slowly pushing in again. With some support, taking a second knock. Killer King, we have to do something. Cali is out of the building, and this will be very, very hard for them to get out of. But the saving grace has come upon Sphinx, because Born to Destroy has pulled up to the fight, knowing this action, and they have punished Penetrate Game Over heavily for staying on that open position for too long. Menace still putting pressure on Sphinx, but Born to Destroy will third party this fight with no problem. And now it's a 4v2 situation with Incognito actually quite close to the other side. Menace getting knocked by Hartman is now only going to be help, and Mr. Green up, and Mr. Green still across the street. That trigger discipline will be really important now. Even not just trigger, but the movement discipline from this to not expose his position. He is still in zone, I believe, and he may be able to get out of this no problem as long as he just stay very, very quiet. We should probably head over to Mount Kresnik. 2-0 on the side of the Sims against Waggles, but we've also got Penetrate Institute on the other side, to the south, to the northwestern side there, and Hadi just letting his teammates go, knowing that's not much for him to do against the full team of Waggles there. Actually, they've lost Star, but Hadi will just run into the hands of another team. So they will go down at 18th position, unfortunately. I have a feeling that this zone will shift south for some reason. My crystal ball has not proved any of its value yet, just because I'm really not playing this guessing game yet. But look at that! Just in the open, penetrating into trying to loot that box. Gotsu getting punished. Omen pinched behind a tree. Where is the smoke when you need it? Here we go, covering most of that escape path, maybe being able to get the reset here. Omen going incredibly low. Gotsu getting revived right now, but they have... This is going to be a 3v3 situation. They need to cover more angles right now to stop that push. Rudy's running in the open, actually. So, but they have a good split right here to cover all angles. Omen needs to be very careful. Be very careful of Only Boy right here. Gotsu closing the door right there. Rudy actually pulling so close that he's definitely given away footsteps. I'm waiting for maybe a frag grenade to open this fight. The problem is Waggles don't really have the vehicles to not just push this, but to maybe revive his teammates who's pushed too far, and Only Boy being found on the side angle. Those trees are not as good as a cover as you think, and just in split seconds they are losing too. Having the idea but lacking the methods right here from Waggles. Now Nagy being the only one left alive, and I am completely wrong. It's a northern shift, so yeah, it will continue their journey and rotation towards the northern side for a lot of these teams. Been a far journey all the way from Milner Winery, yeah. And so what is Rebel doing? He's actually lost all his teammates, so he's just waiting the zone out here maybe. And let's see where, let's predict some upcoming action, shall we? Still very, I'd say this little bit of a situation here with 3 solos and 2 squads will be most interesting, but they may not move since they're in the circle. Born to Destroy up strong still with 4 kills and a full squad. Riot Black coming into the western side after that very long and sufficient looting phase over at Dobro Mesto. Ketu able to escape Winery and now just sitting on the absolute edge behind his car right here. This can be a bit of a standoff between ZPX elites and Sons of Odin here. They probably have that information, and but nothing's gonna break. No fight's gonna break too soon. Vertical Esports getting a knock, now pushing towards ZPX Fear, which is actually going to be just a duo. Raj getting knocked. They are not scared of this. It's as if they know the numbers advantage and they will just come in and crash it and end their game right there. ZPXV going down at 17th place, and that is the way to do it maybe. If they've watched the kill feed, then props to Vertical Esports, but they have done it in a way that is pretty safe as well, I have to say, with Entech with the off angle to overlook that push. I am surprised that Coal Mine is still open with the very strong hills around it and this abundance of compound in it as well. But like I said, with like Vikendi being Vikendi, right? There's just like no need to rush. And with this tier of play, if you don't get early center, like you might be able to capitalize on kills on the edge as well. But I think the first team who gets to claim Coal Mine right now, especially the hill and the southern side, will be able to choke all these teams on the south and southeastern side of the circle if they need to just leave this open area of that plateau there. So it's going to be a pretty slow. DT Alpha still 4 team up on the very edge with 14 seconds to go. So quite some distance to travel. I'd urge a lot of these teams to just scout earlier and just be 2 steps ahead. Penetrate Institute grabbing Coal Mine, the first team into that pretty center position. Xenotactic pulling in as well. And Sons of Odin finding Incognito there. Incognito Snakes losing 2 of their members. And they may just run into the hands of AMZ Teletubbies and say, we are no joke. But just almost missing that window there, but they will take it. Let's wake up, boys. You've done very well for yourselves, but I would expect that wipe to be quite a bit quicker, but very good work there, and they still have this very good position with access to the mountain, but they are still doing the gatekeeping duty. Not really exactly the gatekeeping, but they know the positional advantage of this Jojo with the side angle, knowing that they are there, and just providing that utility cover to hopefully open the fight with that frag grenade, but missed that one and actually having himself knocked. Mate, I have not even thought about the mobile bot of the night. I know these happen, but I can't possibly capture everything on screen, so we may just need to keep you on that list for now. Chico may go for the revive right now. DT still up strong as 3. They will be able to get the revive. Triton holding that side angle very, very well. Just hard peeking that and taking Mechanic down. Now they have to do this reset as soon as possible because Jojo's getting revived as well. So we may need that action very soon from AMZ as they push in and just cleans up the fight. Very timely push there, but being punished from Xenotactic from the hillside. This compound is incredibly strong facing the eastern side, but if we don't guard the western hill, then it can be very, very disastrous. But still props to AMZ Teletubbies there, knowing the window for revive there and just pushing in from different angles just to clean up DT right there. Once again, I think that is just the work that needs to be done. Whatever compound you claim, IGLs, think how you may have to leave. Okay, hypothesize a shift, and then park your cars and do your splits accordingly. And Willow and Joe Chris, the remaining duo of ZPX elites here, will pull away as they should under zone pressure. Now a bit of a late rotation into coal mine now is a bit of a tricky bit. They are not in yet, but they are trying to maybe scout this first. They will need to do a bit of an anti-clockwise rotation to make that work, but then stand too close to the car because Vertical Esports is there. They've heard it, they found it. Willow, not Joe Chris, has the meds. Will need to reset, but they have to do this very quick and clean. Vertical Esports, because you're out of the zone, you are having 2 knocked right now, and then Vital will be able to finish ZPX Elite's dreams, but they will need to grab this and move very, very soon. Do they have their cars close by is the question. If not, that might just be the fight that has cost themselves the game. Sons of Odin will be found by AMZ Teletubbies there, but Chico being punished on the other side as well, while Jojo is still in the blue, tanking, but with only 1 first aid and a mobile next to him. Hopefully he can get out of this alive. It's not going to be too hard a job. Not if someone's had their eyes on you, so he probably knew that. That is probably why he stopped, so very unlucky one there. by Jojo, and he will be gone to Papa Blue. I'm surprised that none of these teams has taken the northern side of the circle, and I know Ketu's been in the game still, so good for him, for his team, and but no one's really trying to punish these late rotations on the eastern side. I know they don't have the information that I have, but you know, usually we tend to see more of this equal split. Omen actually gone. Penetrate Institute, a duo fighting. Born to Destroy there. Good knock onto Hartman. And Lotus just lurking on that side. Maybe trying to use that side angle from the house there. Should pretty easily sneak a frag grenade in. And but they got themselves, Institute, I mean, a little bit pinched, and very soon these teams will crash in from the eastern side and they will be third partied. Who knows, this fight hasn't stopped yet. Atom, the only guy remaining on his team, being punished by AMZ Teletubbies there, but Tori going incredibly low from the third party pressure. But very close to the zone, so clearing that little bit of pressure from Jacko there should allow them to continue. I would put my money on AMZ Teletubbies there to clear that out. Then Atom will be heard and seen, then killed. Going out at 9th position for Xenotactic, and this run and gun shall happen, and Chico say, with my butterfly backpack, I will just fly in and destroy your lives. But this is not the end, because we've got Rendezvous on the eastern edge as well. The team that put Jojo to 6 feet under earlier. Chico and Tori may have to put that work in to redeem their teammates. They've got 11 kills so far, but no cars and quite some distance to cover to get into the zone. Incognito though, a bit of a late rotation and getting heavily punished and be placed 7th place by Born to Destroy. Let's go back to this crazy fight over here between Born to Destroy and Pen Institute. I am looking for the vehicles now. This is such a hard situation to get out of because they've got some crazy land to cover, and but they do have a Zima here, and we've also got a burning Zima over here. So with 10 seconds to go, both of these teams will not like what's going to happen if they don't rotate right now. Hartman is the first one to scout out for his team. He will find Killam, and Killam will hear him as well. Putting that nade there, getting that entrance point for his team. But will Ghost provide that cover angle for Killam as well? Let's have a look at this formation between these two guys. Hartman actually on his own. Reinforcement will come in very soon. And actually none of these shots are really landing. But Killam will land some, and Sponge will be out of zone at the moment. So they all have to just run and gun, getting the thirst, Killam, but still got some distance to cover and will not be able to make it. Spartan getting not as well. Lotus out in the zone. Only Sponge alive. And maybe too far from his teammates to get the revive and reset. Now choked out by the blue. Gotsu pretty low. If he's not focused on healing, maybe that will be the doom of Born to Destroy. But Griff getting knocked there from the side. Rendezvous still holding very strong as a full team on the eastern edge. But Sponge will find that finish on Griff. So, although they are suffering a lot from this fight, they will be redeeming themselves. That is just pretty hard to see. Okay, I need to say that's probably some might bug action going there. If not, I will not let these boys not learn the lesson there. Griff knowing where that last bit of fire come from possibly should give Gotsu the intel that of Sponge position of Sponge. And Ketu, mate, you have been blessed by the zone like crazy. All that time that action is missing, he has been praying to the gods of PUBG. Now, one of Rendezvous knocked or pinched behind that one rock. That is not what you want to do. But Ketu will be taken down from the side angle. So it's now very good work there to expand that control over that last circle. They now have 4 up, actually 3 up, because one will bleed out to the zone. But knowing the abilities of the players from Born to Destroy, maybe Sponge can just take this 1v3 clutch. He's got this ridge line to himself, but not a lot of proximal rocks right there. That's a very close nade, and Sponge will just be able to dodge out. He's got 1 first aid still, but he is just on this edge, and Rendezvous raining in the nades right now, and that is just so close, and Sponge just got out of that. He is still in. So, and with that 1 first aid, he might be able to pull this off. Tommy gun in hand. It's now slowly crawling in, using that rock as cover, and the second Sponge exposes his body, he will be punished. It's now pushing up, saying that is the end of the game. Crazy action there. Good finish by many of these teams. Solid action, solid work. And let's get the screenshots before I go through these results with you all. Thank you for tuning into the chat and the stream, guys. Okay, mate, you can stop now. Do you think this is a glitch, guys? I think it could be a glitch, or people just being an absolute dick. It could be either. Right, I'm actually going to mute that, maybe. I need to remember to unmute that is the thing. So, we've got Rendezvous taking the win with 9 kills. Born to Destroy, strong showing at 2nd place to redeem themselves after not too great of first game, coming 2nd with 13 kills. DT, Ketu, just being the Ketu bot, maybe, but maybe he's just Ketu the Wise, right? Like being able to find those right rotations, surviving towards the end there, bring his team to 3rd place with 1 kill. Penetrate Institute, 9 kills at 4th position. Riot Black, 1 kill at 5th. AMZ Teletubbies with a lot of kills, 11 kills at 6th position. Incognito going out at 7th with 2 kills. Sons of Odin, 8th position with 4 kills. Xenotactic, 1 kill at 9th position. 10th position, Vertical Esports with 4 kills. That fight with ZPX Elites there might have just been not so great for them after all. ZPX Elites at 11th with 5 kills. The other DT team at 12th position, no kills. Penetrate, game over with 7 kills at 13th position. The Elves going out at 14th, no kills. 15th position, Waggles, 3 kills. Incognito Snakes going out at 16th, no kills. ZPX Fear, 2 kills at 17th. 18th position, we've got The Sims. I think that is also one of the members. Yes, 1 kill at 18th. 19th position, Sphinx Esports. No kills at 19th. 20th, STG, no kills. And last but not least, unfortunately, EOL going out at 21st with 2 kills. Okay, we will meet again, everyone, on Erangel, so I will be right back. Hey, and we're back. Game 3 of the night. It's good to see Rendezvous showing up. They've been in Clan Wars for a few weeks now. Thank you guys for supporting, and it's good to see them doing well. Quickly going through this list once again, and 85 players. Got one. The first team of trio will be Dream Team Bravo. The second one will be Riot Black, and the third one is still Penetrate Institute. So the flight path will come from the top left. Oh my god! For once I can get this correct, I guess. Top left of the map to the bottom right, from shooting range towards this area between military base and Nova right here. So I would see that a pretty equal center path. It will all come down to where that phase 1 circle is for us to hypothesize the good rotation by these teams based on their choice of drop location. We've got first team off the plane, Born to Destroy, taking that second position last game, heading over to the favorite drop Severny. We've got some teams coming into Georgiapol area, Pro Esports taking North Georgiapol, while Sense of Odin taking the Crates area of South Georgia. The Sims going to the Junction compound to the south of Severny. And the teams are starting to split up Gatka area with Penetrate Institute. Richest compound, Vertical Esports. Pachinki action, though. We should probably come here, and we are. Let's have a look. We've got Incognito Snakes. We've also got STG, as well as ZPX Elites and Xenotactic. That is what I like to see. The good Pachinki. Can anything top this? Probably a school contested drop. Just waiting for that first knock to happen. Tommy being very disciplined in terms of his footsteps, and he will be rewarded for that first kill of the game. Mystic running in and just getting... Dude. I was gonna say something very bad, but no, he got shit on. Basically. Dude, I need to have these like voice changer or something like that with some sound effects. And the Incognito Snake's losing one here, trying to snake behind this thing, living to the name but wasn't able to live long enough. STG running out though, and will be pinched behind that rock. Tommy, after that very good play on Mystic, will now be punished. We've got Xenotactic here on the northeastern side, and fight is still happening on the other side of the town. STG getting knocked, so they will have the reset, hopefully. Seems like teammates there to support. Willow, Subi, and Joki here, they know where Ninja Plus Pizza is. And they will come in. Willow running in the open though. Knowing there's a little bit of ridgeline, but Atom should probably punish Willow for this, and he sees him, and this little glitch here is not very helpful. And have a look at Joki still floating in the air, putting that smoke down for extra cover in case they need to continue that peek and shoot action. Subi with the overlook. Takita being knocked as they were still fighting STG. Subi with that very strong position to overlook. The problem is he won't be able to... he might just get knocked and finish with a nade if he just gets knocked. The Joki on the standoff with Ninja Pizza right here. It's going to be a bit of a hard push, but they will get it. Joki with a good headshot. Willow to come to the other side, maybe for the finish, but the covering fire is non-existent. Come on. Xeno Atom now running out in the open. I will call that... I'm going to be very harsh here, guys. I'm going to call that the bot of the night. Just because of the formation of the fight right here. Unless his device is an absolute potato or toaster with massive lag, he has the prime position to punish that cross by ZPX Elites. And for him to jump out of the window the other side, knowing Subi is on that side, there's just no way to jump out this side. With the pressure on this side from Willow and Joki, if he has to vault out, it has to be on this other side. But we have been in here for too long now. In the blink of an eye, we've got action going on at Yasnaya. Losing 2 already seems to be the name of the game for ZPX Sphere. Losing 2 to the trio of Riot Black right here. And that Pachinki movement has slowed me down in terms of bringing you the information for this Faithful Circle. It will be a Western shift, so a lot of these compounds will need to will be grabbed and get around. Gatka, Chopsticks very strong, Pachinki Hill strong, Quarry a lot of hill areas if they need to make that work. And what is happening to Waggles? They have just knocked a teammate with a nade, so that could be some just friendly banter there, I'm guessing. Incognito Snakes getting wiped by STG as well. So 4 teams in Pachinki now down to 2. Oh, that is a fight I'd like to watch. Let's head over there. Shelter action. Wow, like that is not very common. And we've got on this side here AMZ Teletubbies getting 1 kill on EOL, and will be able to get the revive. This will be a very interesting fight if this carries on, because of just the architecture and the anatomy of this shelter area. But Sippis on his own, not making a sound, probably the thing that he should do, and just waiting for the rotation from AMZ Teletubbies so they can get out of this without being punished. Penetrate game over, still over at military base, and Sphinx got Nova to themselves. Rendezvous, the winners of last game, is still at Milta. Incognito over at Milter Factory. Waggle's taking a pretty center position over to the western farm. DT coming to the coastline near the eastern bridge, and Joki is just doing work this game. They will try their hardest to claim Pachinki right now. Crawling up the stairs, they're giving Joki the angle for the flush, and now it's going to be a 3v3 situation. Willow pushing in with the micro Uzi, getting one knock, and will continue to maneuver around these buildings, this very eastern side of Pachinki. They have STG Pin Dominator. Will really need to dominate this fight, but he can't do it. So getting that 4 kills, so 4 teams in Pachinki, and the winning team will be ZPX Elites, having 8 team kills, wiping 2 squads. But Born to Destroy coming into this bridge close to Georgiapol right now, opening fire for this compound that is kinda hard to get out from. This is exactly my point, guys. So this might be a good compound for one, and unless it's the very late phases of the game, because it's quite hard to escape. Imagine driving left and right and you just get punished from like all these like high ground position. If you have to cross, there's only one way, and if not, you need to run into swim. So another thing to think about, yeah, food for thought. Lotus going for the off angle, using the big rocks and boulders to cover his car. Matin finally getting revived right now. Let's look at this zone. It's not very hard for these teams to get in if they want to go a very, very wide rotation, and waiting for Born to Destroy to destroy Pro Esports right now. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. Getting the knock and just pushing in right away. Pushing them and making sure that they are pinched and clumped in that one squat house Spartan, going down to Matin. They will get the revive, maybe. Will this be the time for a nade to do some work? I was hoping it to be the other way around, but it requires some very high-skilled low toss to bring it to where Spartan is to put Born to Destroy to the grave. Lotus looping around to get some more audio cues to find the exact location of Pro Esports here. Nades are raining in right now. Lotus getting knocked. Will Sponge be there to support? Stopping the thirst is exactly what he needs to do. And look at that. Like, that is the heads up trading that they have to make work there, and Lotus just going down. I need to tune my volume, and if not, I can't I can't hear myself speak as I missed that little bit of action there. But M249 will wipe Born to Destroy. That gun with that 100 round would just do that crazy work right there. Not the best compound to hold, but the suboptimal push with just not the good way to push in. A bit of a desync there from some of these teams. Like, the animation of vaulting into that window has slowed down their push so much. So the use of utility, the good timing of it will be very vital there. And Pro Esports will hold very strong still in this game as a duo. They will be very happy with that squad wipe. So hard to watch. Really need to go back and tweak my stream setup still, and the different volumes that I need to set the audio routing stuff so that I didn't mess up what you get to hear and see, as well as what I get to hear. Because imagine having someone playing a trumpet next to your ear and you still have to say something or sing. That was basically the situation just now, so trying to fix it now. As we see over here, some Gatka action. Mumbles with the 6x DP, providing that long range fight, putting some damage and pressure on Waggles. Mr. Green will be revived by help. And the Menace here in the open, just finding a different angle. But this can be very scary from behind, because this is just not a decent cover. Should any team pull up on that hill, Menace will be knocked and finished. EOL driving past that fight and decide not to engage is pretty smart, opting in for that Everest still maybe. Nope, to the compound just below it, and Penn Institute is in the main Gatka fields. Trying to punish all these teams who are trying to rotate. Griff with the Mini 14 shooting at DT. Prone action that unfortunately won't be able to land any of those shots, but now he's got another chance as Incognito is driving past. Such a huge phase 2 circle still, and it's good to see ZPX Elite still doing work right. The Mumbles was able to get a knock across the field there. They are still in Pachinki now, fighting DT. ZPX Elites will get a bit of action right here with their split formation, choking DT out. They have been giving the positions away with those, I would say, almost unnecessary smoke, but I can be completely wrong there if that given them the cover to maybe crawl down that way instead of being exposed over on this plateau here. So I will just need to take back what I said. Let's check the angles from Subi. It's got the roof of the church, textbook play, getting that overlook, but not able to be quick enough to cover for Jokey, but he will now find a knock on Mechanic. He can still see the members of DT and will take the second knock. Where is the third one? Trying to finish those 2 knocks with that nade, and more coming in. Not putting down any utilities to help himself right now, and just allowing himself to be pinched behind a tree. A bit questionable here. Look at all these dips that he could possibly use to outplay, right? One dip, another bit, and here, and here. So why do we take a tree like that, right? So a bit questionable, if I do say so myself. Well, Everest is still empty and is now free real estate for Penetrate. Game over as they pull up with a good amount of vehicles to hold the center position. And Pro Esports are still on the other side of that bridge. I am not sure why. They were given the window and opening to do that, and but it seems like Gatka Field will be the new training ground right now. Everyone's shooting down all these teams that are late on rotation and not using any ridge line. Griff took a knock there, but was stolen away by AMZ Teletubbies. And let's head over to... Actually, they will be completely wiped. Riot just going down in a split second by that fire from Incognito. Maybe trying to take this compound, but the scouting work might not have come in, so it seems like they were just driving past. Maybe not a crash, but close enough, but with no plan B to drive away. So that is unlucky there, and Waggles just keep having these. I think it's just their way of having fun, maybe. They keep knocking each other, so... Well, if that's fun for you, that's fine, mate. And but if you still want to stay in the league and to grab some of those cash prize, would be good to take it just a tad more seriously. So, who knows, like... We've got a huge community here. We've got... variety of players. It's always good to see some of them very young, some of them just got family and kids, so it's always one very heartwarming scene, if I do say so. And so cash prize for a 15-16-year-old can actually mean a lot, right? They can get a new pair of earphones, get some new gear. So I feel like I've seen this zone before. It might be last Sunday. Last Sunday's FPP Clan Wars, we had a Ruins finish, and if my memory serves me correctly, AMZ Lions last week took the win by holding this compound where ZPX Elites are holding right now, and seems like we will have a little bit of resistance over at Everest onto Incognito by Penetrate Game Over. They have held these positions for a while now, and with their Christmas gift as well. I'm uncertain as to their information on the other side of this hill. Sphinx running over one member of ZPX Sphere right there. Some later rotations and Ashlats will get the confirm, but they will not be able to just capitalize on that because Raj is doing work on his own. Knocking one, knocking two, and will get the wipe. Jesus Christ. Late chopstick action. Rush doing the trading work as he needed. But I wonder how his teammates got knocked by a car right there. That's what I want to know. Ketu maybe not as lucky this time, as he will get run over maybe by Rendezvous. If Rendezvous get punished for trying to run Ketu over for too long, that will be such a bot play. But they will get it, but they now have to make the rotation. And Vertical Esports now coming in, noticing them in the open. Both of these teams still got like 300 or so meters to go. Raj still patiently waiting in that dip right there over at the chopstick, but he decided to shoot. That trigger discipline is suboptimal. You had the cars, you had the meds, you had the position, you had the breathing room. Why do you shoot, mate? It's just one of the worst things to see, like, but I mean, he can redeem himself if he can continue to clutch this. He's got N-Tech, he's got a beautiful nade on Malika, and then he will just get out of this without being punished. Oh my freaking god, what? He is playing this like his classics right now. But that will be it. Not respecting enemies at all, not respecting the rest of the lobby will be the reason for his death. Suboptimal trigger discipline. Yeah. Also known as STD. So I will use that. some other time. So for those who are watching, do help me like this video and subscribe to the channel if you could be so kind. I will have more casting action going very soon, and I'll have some tournaments to cast next week. As over here, we've got 40 seconds still, the next zone closest, but Penn Institute just doesn't care. They were shooting all these late rotating teams, and AMZ Teletubbies on the wide rotation, wide anti-clockwise rotation will find Rendezvous, and Rendezvous is just holding a very strong compound, but they are not close to the zone at all. Like, I thought that would be somewhere that they would have given up for by now, but they will get something out of that. The magic and the unexpected fruits of being a late rotating team. My god, and AMZ Teletubbies will go down. Rotating wide over this huge field right here is the problem. In a lobby like that, if people really like having that edge play, you can definitely get punished for that, as Penetrate Institute grabs themselves 3 kills, catching potentially vertical esports there, because I did see some cart explosions happening earlier, and this ruins area, mate, is so strong. Problem is not quite central, but there's still many high grounds around the church. The new bits of Irango 2.0, they are still all in play. And ZPX Elites are still putting work in. Willow on his own, but is now taken down. Still very solid work by ZPX Elites here, having 14 kills, going out at 11th position. So those kill points will make a lot of difference. As we see Penetrate Institute coming in and will be punished by EOL, that will very much hold down this ruins part right here. And the next phase has popped, and it will come back to the mainland here, so Sims will need to cross back to this side. The remaining member of DT Bravo will have to come out of Watertown. Through Hedgehogs Valley, we have Rendezvous, and then Waggles coming in from the southern edge. Such a hard rotation to make by Penetrate Institute, just driving around pretty open around this compound of EOL, but there's a little bit of a dip there that they can use, and Gotsu will actually be knocked down by guard, but Griff will be there for the trade, but will get shot from behind, and Omen was in the open as well. Such a rough rotation. You know what? I don't think we've seen anyone to deserve the bot of the night yet so far. I would just give it to Penn Institute. When you had a position, when you had dips, when you can bet on the play zone, why would you rotate across all these, like just in the open, in the middle, across all these compounds into a spot that is probably just taken already? A bit clueless there, and if you know, that was my team. I was the IGL, like for the last season, before having my very short esports career longevity and passing it on to someone as I do more analytical and coaching work. And yeah, I need to be hard on them on that one. And Zip is coming in here to finish. Penetrate, game over, but will be punished for that. Waggles holding strong still with that high ground on the southern side. That is such an aggressive play. I think that is completely unnecessary, and as we see here, Mr. Green and Help coming in the open. There is a ridge line that they can play around, so that is good to know. Mentalis doing work, still holding this church position very still, and to punish all these rotating teams on the side. Their frag count has gone down a lot this game. They've got 2 players remaining, 4 team kills so far, but they have a very strong position in this final circle. And we've got a very cheeky one from Sons of Odin here still. They've got 2 team kills and he has been on the spot, not making a single sound. Sims still out in the open. It will really come down to the next shift to see if the teams over at this church right here or the high ruins bit there, regarding which team will get the better position. It will come down to this final shift. And Rendezvous, on the other hand, still not in. Mr. Green, though, finding a knock on EOL. They have managed to get through this open ground, and they should be very careful of this side angle here from Incognito as they do this push. Help, be careful, mate. We've played this map enough by now, and but the focus of Incognito will go over to the Sims, and they will be obliterated on that rotation. That is the Sims gone. Very heads up play by Incognito. Such a good split they had earlier with one to overlook this. That was guard. And then with more covering fire from that coastline right there has allowed them to eliminate more than one team now. So props to the IGL for Incognito for this game. You have done yourself very proud. So this should be a win for Incognito, right? If they play it well, especially with all these dips around this high ground as well, I would urge them to just use all the landscapes that they can, you know, over to this side of the dips to catch out someone with the widest angle as possible. And also the other side, if they can hop behind this rock, okay, and go to the other side as well, more side angles to use. Seems like Sons of Odin's solo will be taken down and taken care of by EOL. And but these fights can go either way still. And they have... Is that a smoke? That's... Yep, is a poorly thrown smoke. And Rendezvous, actually, with a lot of grounds to cover, they just need to be very careful here maneuvering through these broken bits, breaks around ruins. If you can find the little bit of angle with a smoke or two, it will allow them to come into the next bit of cover. Although they don't have the high ground, but it's completely doable. We will just have to find the next bit of the play zone. But let me bring the camera into the zone and see how advantageous the situation is actually for Incognito. They actually should have this in the bag because Rendezvous will have too much ground to cross, and Snout coming in right now, almost tanking the blue. Probot shall go down, Snout will go down, and that is Rendezvous done. It was Meskis and Mentalis 2v4 situation here, and they actually have the circle. So these skills in peek and shooting and the remaining utilities here will be the game changer. EOL has been doing strong in the league, but not particularly tonight. So they really, really need this win. They've got 5 kills right now. If they can take these 4 kills and the win, that will be an extra 10 points. Vidma going really low. Mentalis still trying to punish those peeking from the top side. Alexa almost doing that work, but Mentalis is showing a little bit too much, and they will go down to Incognito there, and that is just zone. doing their work. You gotta pray. And Incognito, I will praise them for their rotation and the formation of claiming that position. If you ask me, Ruins is the new bit on Irango 2.0 that is strongest, and the position that Incognito has taken there. So let me quickly do these screenshots, and then we will go through these results. Getting more tongue-tied than usual. I'm already not great in speaking, but a bit of a long day for me. Got a lot going on, so but still glad to do some casting on a Friday night, and pleased to know it's over and it's been great fun. We've got Incognito taking the 12 kill chicken dinner, EOL taking second place with 5 kills, Rendezvous once again showing pretty strong in game 3 after the chicken on Vikendi, 8 kills, 3rd position. The Sims, 1 kill at 4th position. Pen game over, no kills at 5th. Sons of Odin, solo work. They're working out from Ragnar, bringing them to 6th position with 2 kills. Waggles, 9 kills with 9 kills at 7th position, so pretty good work there. DT, no kills at 8th. Penetrate Institute, 9th position, 3 kills. Vertical Esports, no kill at 10th position. 11th, ZPX Elites with the crazy amount of kills. 14 kills, but ending the game at 11th position. AM's at Teletubbies doing not so hot this game. 12th position with 2 kills. That white rotation in the open is too good to be true if they get out of that alive. Pro Esports beating down the leaderboards. Monster being born to destroy, getting themselves 4 kills but ending at 13th position. ZPX Sphere 6 kills by Raj on his own with that suboptimal trigger discipline, but fragging it still in this game. 14th by ZPX Sphere. 15th position, 1 kill from Sphinx. Riot Black 16th position, 2 kills. The other DT team, no kills at 17th place. Born to Destroy, 2 kills at 18th. 19th position, we've got STG losing the last fight in Pochinki. 19th, 4 kills. 20th position, we've got the Elves. We have missed the Elves a little bit this game, but they've went down at 20th position with 1 kill. 21st, got Xenotactic, 1 kill, and then another team that dropped early in Pochinki being Incognito Snakes at 22nd position and no kills. So that's me done, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I want everyone to go to Discord right now, Discord of Penetrate Clan, and start signing up for our FPP scrim on Sunday. We're halfway through the season, so it may not be as easy to get your cash prize, but it's still going to be a very, very fun night, and I will be joined by Highland Wolf, the very experienced caster who casted with a lot of these analysts who worked for official PUBG esports as well. So do come in, and I'm pretty sure that you'll be able to get some thing out of his casting. And FPP is my more favorite mode, I'd say, of the game, and I'd like to see it not die and make it through, so your support will mean the world to not just me but a lot of the players in the community who likes FPP as well. So hopefully we'll see you again on Sunday, and thank you so much for tuning in, and that is me done for tonight. Have a good weekend, and Merry Christmas. Hopefully you have your time to do your Christmas shopping. It will be a pretty weird one with COVID, but do stay safe, and wish you all the best with this family festive season. Ciao and good night.
Look.